Harpy eagle, the strongest eagle on Earth. What can be better than observing birds? Of course, observing large birds, and if possible, birds that possess more power than any other magnificent wingy fella on this crazy blue planet. I'm glad that you love this idea too, because today we will closely meet the one and only feathery friend from the continent of America, the Harpy eagle. You're watching Wild Facts, and today I will tell you a story about a Harpy eagle, the strongest eagle on this planet, and one fairly good-looking guy. If you love birds and magnificent creatures that are just too cool to exist, we suggest you hit the subscribe button and join our animal-loving community. Also, do not forget to ring the bell to get all notifications in time, because the Harpy eagle will not wait for you. So now, let's dive into the life of this bold bird to find out what his existence is all about. The origins of almighty Harpy eagle. The Harpy eagle, the first of its name, is the only member of its genus, Harpia. The Latin name of this extremely dangerous bird is Harpia harpyia. I guess the person who gave the eagle this name just loved the word so much that they called the bird species like that twice. However, firstly, these eagles were named by the famous scientist and a grandpa of the theory of evolution, Carl Linnaeus, in 1758. The man gave the eagle name Vultur harpygia after the one very interesting beast from Greek mythology, Harpy. These mythical creatures looked like half birds and half women. Their main job was to carry sinners and just regular people to Tartarus and Hades, and they used a lot of violence to help themselves in this journey. The Harpies were the curse of ancient Greece, and they lived far from the birthplace of their eagle namesake on the island of Crete. We do not know exactly whether Harpy eagles occupy the same position as their distinct namesakes. I simply don't speak bird to learn about it, but they may have worked as one in the 19th century, and that's why Carl Linnaeus gave the birds this name. So let's move from myths to reality. The first members and distant relatives of the Harpy eagle, and all raptors overall, appeared in this world back in the Eocene epoch. As our dear friend, this species is much younger, but their very confident attitude still shows that the birds think they are the kings and queens of this planet, and in some cases, this is true. What's the Harpy eagle's address? There are several birds that may have the name Harpy eagle, but the true possessor of this noble name is the American, or you can also say Brazilian Harpy eagle. Our friend lives in both Americas, from Mexico to Argentina. Most of them live in Brazil, and Panama even has this bird as a national symbol. Harpy eagles live in rainforests, preferably lowland, but they can fly everywhere, even above the cities when they need it. The birds do not tolerate wasting energy for no reason, so you hardly notice them in the sky. In general, seeing this bird in their natural habitat is a pretty rare occasion. So consider yourself lucky when you see it and immediately hide, because this eagle will not mess around with you. Hollywood cribs are nothing compared to the Harpy eagle's homes. These birds build beautiful nests from feathers and sticks, and most of them will spend their whole life in these intimate nests with their lovely bird partner. Yes, Harpy eagles are monogamous, and most of them choose one mate for eternity. They also choose dedicated parenting over having many children, even though females can lay an egg every 2 years. Harpy eagles just want to give as much as they can to their existing chicks, just like we do. The fertile period lasts almost all their life, which is about 30 years on average, and all the kids raised by a couple of Harpy eagles occasionally visit their birth nest and parents. That's very sweet of them. A beautiful appearance of Harpy eagle. Continuing with the chicks, baby Harpy eagles are born all white and need about a year to mature. Once these fellas are all grown up, they change in color and now rock slate back feather coats and white shirts. It makes these birds look like they are wearing suits, so they are always ready for a fancy occasion. The birds are very quiet, rarely speak their truth, and mostly stay silent outside their homes. They start talking with other Harpy eagles occasionally during mating or when Papa Bird brings food to the nest and warns Mama Bird about its arrival. Smartphones would be much more convenient, but they're not adapted to Harpy eagle talents. Male Harpy eagles can grow up to weigh up to 13 pounds, 6 kilograms, and girls are bigger and can grow up to weigh 20 pounds, 9 kilograms. As for the size, the birds measure from 2 feet 19 inches to 3 feet 6 inches, 86.5 to 197 centimeters, on average in length. Of course, Such a big bird has a remarkable wingspan that can be as big as 7 foot 4 inches, 224 centimeters. In addition to great wings, the birds have impressive beaks that can be up to 5.1 inches long, 13 centimeters, and powerful talons, good enough to capture the biggest and yummiest prey. These talons are the biggest among all living eagles, and this is a pretty big deal. What's for dinner for a harpy eagle? I called the harpy eagle the strongest eagle on Earth, but never explained why I think so. Obviously, such a big bird is pretty powerful, and you can make sure about it with just one look on its menu. Harpy eagles mostly feed on tree-dwelling animals, including sloths and monkeys. The last is terrible, because I just love monkeys. These birds also enjoy eating reptiles, armadillos, possums, squirrels, and even porcupines. The prey can be very big, about a half of the bird's weight, and still, an eagle can capture it to eat with its family. But if an eagle can't find food when it's hungry, it's not a big deal. Harpy eagles can fast for 2 straight weeks without a single piece of food and no harm to their bodies. I bet you wonder at this point whether the harpy eagle can catch and eat you in its nest. It sounds scary, but maybe you can chat with chicks and find a new cool eagle friend. Fortunately and unfortunately, the harpy eagle is not strong enough to catch an adult and bring them to its home, but it can harm you and take away a toddler if you have one. So once you see the harpy eagle, just stay away. They are not that friendly and nothing like birds from The Lord of the Ring. What about harpy eagles and us? In our videos, I usually report that people kill big birds, and harpy eagles are not the exception to this rule. People hunt them because of their proven attacks on humans and cattle, and just for fun. But I'm glad to tell you that most people do think that these marvelous birds should live, and they help save the birds in the wilderness and multiply the species to help them survive. Thanks to various organizations, harpy eagles are still here and can be the inspiration for art. This species was chosen as a prototype for Fawkes the Phoenix, a good friend of Dumbledore and the savior of Harry Potter in the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets movie. That's an achievement not many animals can be proud of. The future of harpy eagle. Like many other wonderful species nowadays, this eagle suffers from global changes, is on the edge of its survival. As of 2020, there are only about 5,000 harpy eagles left in the Amazon forest and not more than 300 in the Atlantic forest. Despite its might, harpy eagles need pretty stable conditions to thrive, and with global warming, deforestation, and extinction of other species, these eagles are counted on for food. Our friends can be the next species entirely wiped out from the planet thanks to pollution. Of course, our job is to help these coy birds to stay with us and survive the mess we caused up to this point when we fix it. Such magnificent guys and gals should be left for future generations to look at and be amazed by them. But probably, leave your toddlers home when you go birdwatching harpy eagles. Did you like the story of the amazing harpy eagle? Is it your favorite big bird? Or do you have some creature even grander in your mind? Leave your thoughts in the comments section and tell us what next animal you would love to see on this channel. Waiting for your replies. And until the next time, farewell!